Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the championship round of this year's U.S. Amateur Championship from Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida. This event brought to you by the American Pool Players Association. Our coverage this evening brought to you by our friends at PoolDog.com. I'm Jason Bowman. I'm joined by Jeremy Jones. Jeremy, we're down to the final match in this great event. We got an all-Texas final, which I know suits you, Mr.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, Mr. Lone Star. We've got Ernesto Bayaua, the 2011 U.S. Amateur Champion. He's going to be competing against Jacob Watson out of Tyler, Texas. Ernesto out of Tomball, Texas.
Tyler. Or you talking about Ernesto? Yeah,
Ernesto's
Tomball.
out of Tomball.
Yeah,
Jacob Watson out of Tyler, Texas. So
that's right.
The all-Texas showdown here is going to be a race to 11. You're going to see a combination of 8-ball and 9-ball. 8 games of 8-ball. They are going to start in the 8-ball set. And then up to 13 games of 9-ball, depending on how things shake out. We are in the single elimination phase of the tournament, folks. So Ernesto Bayaua undefeated in this year's bracket, but we are down to single elimination, race to 11. Players patiently waiting. Looks like they're ready to go. Jacob Watson won the lag, has elected to take the break. And Ernesto has elected to start in the 8-ball set. As we've seen in most matches, I think we've seen one exception today.
Yeah.
And this is, again, Jacob Watson, who's had a very good afternoon here in Strokers. Got down in an early match this morning, 6-3, found his way back, and he's been on fire ever since.
Yeah, and both these guys have played some close matches, so, nerves have been there already, and they've dealt with them. And these are the two that you can say handled those nerves the best. That's why they're in the finals. So a lot of great players this weekend, right? But sometimes it comes down to when everyone's shaking a little bit, who can really still pull the trigger.
I like this matchup, too. You got the old veteran and Ernesto Bayaua. And
I'll tell him you said that.
I won't call Jacob a rookie because he's been here several times, but he's only 25 years old. He's only been playing pool, I think he said 9 years. So.
Yeah, and Jacob, who's spent a lot of time in Houston, still does compete in a lot of events, just a couple hours. He's a couple hours north of Houston in East Texas.
Oh, yeah. These guys know each other well. I was talking to him before the match. They've squared off several times.
Oh, yeah.
Back home in Texas.
Yeah, they're two of the mainstays on the Lone Star Tour, which gets a lot of different levels, but the Open Division really can carry a lot of great players at times. Nice opening shot there. And Ernesto may take a chance here in a moment on getting to the backside of that 3. I kind of like where the 7's at to take a chance of getting at the 3 right now. The 3 does go in the right corner there where the 7's at. He's got an angle on the 7. He's cueing a little funny over the 6, though. So I might draw off the 1 right here. I like to leave the 6 and 4 a little bit, I think. Draw off the 1 to get that angle on the 7 to get behind the 3. You could even go and open the 3, but, it does play. So he was looking at how to get off the 2 to the 3 or 2 into the 3, but I think if he realizes the 7 lays real nice, just real natural with a high left English to come right to the backside of that 3 ball. And you're not going to trap yourself. You're always going to have the 2.
Ernesto was our 2011 U.S. Amateur Champion. 11 years later, looking to secure his second U.S. Am title. Also the reigning 8-ball Classic Champion.
Yeah, he's just a talented individual, talented family. His sister, a pop singer out in the West Coast.
Really? I didn't know that.
Real popular lady out in the West
Ernesto a long time. I didn't know that, though.
Yeah, I don't know if she's retired or not, but she used to be a pretty popular lady out there on the West Coast. Yeah. Isa Bayaua. And now he's perfect again on the 7, and I wonder if he recognizes getting to the backside because Ernesto has an incredible touch for a big guy. And, again, he's in a perfect position to get into this 3 ball. Is he drawing to break it out, or is he going behind it? He's going to break it out. So, came clean. It was really hard not to get the shot on the 2 there, so he's in a great spot now. Now he's left the pink 4 up the table. And you asked me about this match, and I'll be honest, I labeled Ernesto a little bit of a favorite, just a little bit, just because
Two-game favorite is what you felt like.
Yeah, game and a half, 2 games, you know.
Fair enough.
And it's mainly just because I think he has a little more 8-ball experience, you know. So that's where that age does come in. It just takes a little while. It's that type of game. It's a bumps and bruises game. You got to really get beat down a little bit before you learn it. Okay, a little adjustment on the aim there. So is he running the cue ball above the 3? He'd love to sneak in on that 4 maybe first, because really the 3 is very open down here. There's not a ton of traffic. So, and he almost got to where he has to play the 4 first. Too much angle on the 3 to really predict what's going to happen. He certainly doesn't want to draw on them balls and get the 8-ball tied up, right? So he's not really looking at which ball he's going to shoot first, I don't think anyways. I think he's looking at where he wants to get on the 3 to produce the 8.
Ernesto today has opened up a decent lead in both his matches that we've seen, and then had his opponent come storming back, and he had to win Hill in both those matches. So
yeah, and we talk about it all the time, that first and last game, hard to get. Wow, that one sprung there. It's going to spring into a good position, I think. Yeah, like perfect. Thank you very much. Now he could just easily slide above the 8 for the same pocket. I think anyways.
a lot of folks just now tuning in. This is the championship round of this year's U.S. Amateur Championship, presented by the American Pool Players Association. All of our coverage the last 5 days brought to you by our friends at pooldog.com.
Okay, not bad. He elected to stun. He could have drew back, like, say, 6 or 8 inches next to the 15, taking a little longer shot maybe. But that can get touchy. You know, you're worried about maybe getting over the 15 or even behind it. Now, sweet out here to open.
8-ball drops for Ernesto. He takes a 1-0 lead, and as they prepare the next rack, we're going to hear a quick word from our friends at pooldog.com. All right, we're back here at Strokers. Ernesto ready to break. Narrowly scratched in that side pocket there.
Yeah, dodged that scratch. Didn't get the opening on the rack that I expected. Not sure what Jacob's looking at right there. Only reason I do that sometimes, my younger brother's named Jacob.
Yeah.
He's a redhead as well. Plays a little pool.
Again, we've seen some of the best pool we've seen from Jacob Watson today. He got down early in his morning match, and ever since, been playing really strong.
Kind of in the sense of it to not be denied strong, right?
Yeah. He wanted to make sure we gave a shout out to his girlfriend, Danielle. He said she deserves a lot of the recognition for his success. Said she was my Jill when I placed 5th a few years ago. Now she's his world. So
there you go.
Always thinking about those closest to you and your happy moments, right? Which is cool. One of the things I like about these bios that they give us.
Yeah, what's worth winning, right? Otherwise, experience it with the people closest to you. He's gotten funny here. He wanted an angle on the 6, I think. Now, does the 7 play? I can't tell from this camera angle. We'll switch that. I think it does. So he overran a little bit. I don't know if he can get at the 7 now, but it would be a great shot to be able to shoot. I think it easily goes, and it's going to open up the 4 a little bit. Shouldn't be much question here. Yeah. Now he's got the 3. So everything lined up to tie this match. And these guys are getting on with it. A couple of the matches, the first few games were kind of tedious, right? So, but now these guys are getting on with it with some nice outs. Should be something like the 4-6. And then the 2 last on the side, 8 up in the corner most likely. Looks like he's got a draws ball here on the pink. He kind of a little extra chalking. I think I just stick to the original plan here. I like to play the 6 next. I think. I kind of stunned it. Didn't really draw it, so. Yeah. So now he's just got to not only make a nice shot on the 2, it's a little thin. I don't think that's going to be the problem. If there is a problem, it's the cue ball. Okay, he's going to get a little thin on the 6 as well. But one thing that you can take very well from what he did there is he didn't try to dig on the ball, try and make things easier. Kind of knew that, hey, let me get my shot here on this 6 ball, and that's what I've been doing all day. If I get a little out of line, just make a little bit more of a shot. So you got to go 2 rails here with a little inside. He's overcut it. And we've seen that time and time again, more on the 8 ball than the 9 ball. But where you want the cue ball really matters a lot and kind of gets in your head at times. Now, if Ernesto feels good, he's got such a powerful draw stroke. He can play this, is that the 10 there that's near the cue ball? I think it's the 10 and draw into the 9-ish. Now, this one, don't let up. You don't want to get stuck. Yeah, you want to free up the cue ball. Now he's in a great spot. I go ahead and drop down the table for the 11 and the 13. The 10 looks covered up, but it goes in the side easily where the 9's at. So I think I go ahead and take care of this part of the table. Maybe I'll shoot the 13 first instead of, and get on the 11, leave the 9. I guess there's a lot of ways to do it. So he's going to clear the 10 and 15, it looks like. And they're so good, he can leave the 9 for last, shoot the 10, 15, get on the 13. He doesn't have to get close to the 13, just get kind of straight in. Yeah, like here. So again, a little draw stroke. Now, we used to call Ernesto the Mexipino, part Mexican, part Filipino.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot of billiards in his blood, that's for sure.
Where is Tomball, Texas?
That's just on the northwest side of Houston.
Okay, Houston area.
Yeah.
That's right.
A little more north than west, but.
And Tyler, Texas, where Jacob's front is on the east side of the state, right?
Yeah, East Texas,
Okay.
yeah. Sits right between Shreveport and Dallas, almost in the middle, right there on I-20.
Somebody asked if Jacob would be the youngest U.S. amateur champion if he wins this. I honestly don't know, but I go back to Abe Shade and
Blake Baker.
Blake Baker,
Yeah.
both young guys. So I'll have to look that up later. But in the meantime, Ernesto Bayaua takes a 2-0 lead in this race to 11. Second of 8 games that we'll see in the 8-ball set, which many of these matches have started in the 8-ball set, as we talked about.
Yeah, I was telling you about how talented Ernesto is, just at most things he does. I lived in Wichita, Kansas, and Coors Light used to do a thing up there, a triathlon. It was pool, golf, and bowling. And so I had a buddy of mine up there, and so I don't know if you know who John Newsom is. You probably know Kim Newsom.
Oh, yes.
The pro player,
Sure.
her husband.
Okay.
Long-time great friend of mine. And so I had him and Ernesto right up, and we partnered off, and we went through the golf first, and then we went through the pool, and, we were having a few drinks, enjoying ourselves, and then Ernesto breaks out his own bowling ball. And I'm like, what's going on here? He was partnered up with my friend, and he goes over there and shoots like a 265 right out of the car, I think, or something like that. And so he let us know that he used to bowl quite a bit.
Wow.
Yeah, hooking the ball all over the place. Yeah. And hadn't bowled at that time in like 10 years, he said. So, and I believed him because I, hung around him a lot back then and never heard of him even bowling. So. All right, I think maybe shoot the 6 to open up the 5. Still got an issue with the 3. Now here, I don't think you want to crash into these. It could turn out. Now the problem is you want to get the cue ball freed up a little bit, but I don't know if I want to really murder this shot here. You might retie balls up. Oh, he caught the 1. I think he was trying to go into the 5 and 9. Maybe into the 3, maybe. Yeah, probably into the 3, because now that I look at it, I think the 5 is shootable. Like, say you shoot the 4 in and kind of stop right there. I think the 5 is a pocketable ball. All right, he's got to come up by this side pocket here. That way he can cut the 1 and get into the 3. Not in the side pocket, though. Darn. Yeah, this is going to be a game that I don't think Ernesto takes a chance to try and run out. There's just too much ugly out there. Yeah, you could run out and really trap yourself towards the end. So, what do I do that's effective here? Trying to think if I was going to try and run out, how would that go down? I think I like bumping the 15 down and playing the safety here. I don't think I like trying to run out, to be honest with you. Just locking them up behind the 12. It kind of, yeah, I think that's the smart shot. Tournament play, you have to take your time because you cannot get games back. And he really did well with the cue ball.
Brings Jacob Watson back to the table.
Yeah, he's got a tough hit here. I think I go 3 rails between the 8-12 off the 3rd rail at the 1 with the cue ball. It's a good camera view there. You can judge it pretty well. Judge the speed pretty well also. So like top right English, you'll hit right by the pocket off the long rail. Yeah, and now is he going in rail up the table? I thought he might go the 3 rails. We'll see. It looks like he's going off the short rail here. Yeah, like that. At the 4, I guess. Good effort. There's no 3 fouls here at the U.S. Amateurs, so. Still not in love with trying to run out. That's for sure. And maybe these situations right here, Jason, is what I was talking about earlier as far as Ernesto having a little advantage. We can obviously see that Jacob can run racks. He can run tables. But what's going to happen when the table isn't runnable?
Right.
He'd like to get a stripe out, a solid out of there. Just kind of pick one off here and there. Get rid of some of them solids somehow in a safe way, but that's what he's doing here, I think. Maybe. I don't know. This is dangerous. I hate to open 2 solids right there with a cluster, on the 3. Yeah, I don't know if he's trying to pocket a ball here or not. Okay, you can see. That's somebody who doesn't fish too far from the shore right there, Jason. I mean, he's wanting to secure this game right here, this rack.
We talked about the fact these guys are somewhat familiar with each other from where they, both being from Texas, running into each other, and I wonder how that plays in. That knowledge of each other plays in.
Absolutely.
And who's, who it lends the advantage to, knowing the other's style, tendencies.
Yeah, absolutely. The demeanor of both, though, is kind of hard to beat, meaning I don't think you're going to frustrate either one of these guys any kind of type of play, So now Ernesto can be pretty careful here if he wants. I mean, doesn't really have to push it at all. Now he's got to watch it here. If he leaves him on the, yeah, I don't know. I guess he can't pocket the 13. You don't want Jacob to be able to pocket some of your stripes for you here. That kind of evens things out a little bit. And I guess he cannot shoot the 1 into the 13 and go up table with the cue ball maybe and pocket that 13. I guess maybe the 13 will bobble. Now, if he pockets this 13 and keeps the 1 over the hole, this game has gotten much more even. Still okay. Now, Ernesto pretty much forced to just bump that ball probably. A few balls got freed up. I mean, I still wouldn't. The 1 got freed up here. I just bumped that ball here. I cannot leave him anything on the 1, on the 3, on the 4 that breaks out the 5. So if he goes up table and doesn't get the snooker here, Jacob could have an opportunity to actually run out. Oh, he went for the make. Nice shot. He's got a little bit of an angle, but I don't know. This is touchy. Might put him underneath the 10 right here. Might just shave the right side of the 15 right here and drop below the 10 or try to. And if I don't get there, that's fine. That's not the worst thing in the world. I guess he could cut the 14 and get out on you maybe. Because if he gets on that 3, that being Jacob, he can open the 5 up. So if he gets on the 1, he gets the angle on the 3 to open the 5 up. Maybe steals game number 3. I'm not sure what he's looking at for the 9. And you can see the 10 is playable, but is he going to go with inside English here, trying to go into the 1 with the cue ball? Oh, playing the safety. Now, the thing you got to be worried about, you play that safety right there. If he puts you up against the 5 and freezes you, you got to kick at a stripe. I mean, it's delicate. It's probably hard to do, but it is possible.
This is the championship round of this year's event, the U.S. Amateur Championship. Strokers, Palm Harbor, Florida. The culmination of what's been a great week here.
I don't know what he's going to do here. Looks like he's going after this 13. Feels like he can run out, I guess. Oh, he caught the point. Now he can kind of squeeze him a little bit. He might get, I don't think ball in hand, but if he just shaves the 10 a hair, lays him underneath the 10, he should hook him on all the balls, really. Now Jacob should be able to kick out of it, but now can he make the 9-5 and draw back underneath the 10? Pressure shot here. Could give up the game if he doesn't get there. Yeah, he didn't get there, didn't draw the ball. And to be honest with you, if the 3 doesn't pass the 8, he may have left a tougher shot. If he overdraws there or underdraws, he may leave the 3 in the side or something. So, okay, maybe the 3 does pass the 8. Yeah, I was wondering about that shot that he shot right there, the 9-5. I might have just tickled the 10 and held him underneath. No, the 3 doesn't pass the 8, so he's got to go for a tough 4 ball. Is it a little free, though? Well, it's really free when you hit it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that kind of jump, so he's going to need a side pocket or underneath for the corner. Confident stroke.
With that 8 ball, Jacob Watson cuts into Ernesto Bayaua's lead. Now trails by just 1 game in this race to 11. Still 5 games of 8 ball to go here before we move into the 9 ball set. All you TikTokers out there will be happy to know APA is now on TikTok. Give us a follow. Had a lot of content just from this event alone over the last couple days. Lots of more exciting things to come. I know we had Florian Venom Kohler came to town a few weeks ago. We shot some fun stuff with him that will be rolling out in the weeks to come. Trying to twist my buddy Jeremy Jones' arm over here, get him to St. Louis, maybe do some instruction for you guys. I know you guys would love to see. I know they love hearing you. You're kind of instructing just by watching the match, but I know they'd love to see some of your stuff illustrated in video if we can get you to St. Louis. So
yeah,
make sure you give us a like on TikTok or a follow on TikTok. And
LaRousse is out of there, right?
That's
he's
fun.
in Chicago,
Yeah,
so
he's
it's
gone.
okay.
Yeah,
That's
Tony's
fine.
been
I
gone
can go.
for 10
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
Tony LaRousse has been gone 10 years. We got a new manager for the Cardinals now.
Yeah, I don't dislike the Cardinals near as much. You know?
Well, it's hard. Houston's in the American League now.
Yeah,
They kind of pulled us
AOS.
apart.
Yeah.
Those were some fun years, though. The
Absolutely.
The early 2000s, early to mid 2000s, I should say. Like 04 through 06 really were the 3 years. All right, so we got a little break here.
Yeah,
break in the action.
I think Jacob, it looked like he maybe just had to go get something out of his car maybe or something like that. He had a jacket on there during that game. Maybe got a little cold. It did warm up nicely outside.
All right, well, while they take a break, let's hear a quick word from our friends at pooldog.com. Quick wardrobe change there.
Yeah, I
for
think
Jacob.
he went and got an undershirt. Right?
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I saw him playing in the jacket. Wasn't sure how comfortable that might be. You know, a lot of times they don't like to have the material too loose, right? You like it.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be too tight, but not too loose either. So.
All right, I think it was a solid that went down. What's the 3 going to do? It opened up. Not sure if the 1 goes, but it does go on the side. Got a good starter. This very doable rack here. Should be something like the 5-3, 6, 7, 4, 6 to 7, 2, 7, 1, something like that. So, he's going to take this off first and leave the 5-3 for last. Yeah, this is smarter. Get rid of the trouble first. So 6, go forward, get the 2. You want to get on the 7. He got a little flat here. So, is he going to shoot the 1 next and then leave the 7 for later? I'd like to roll up on the 7 now. Okay, nice shot. Perfect now. He just pinches the cue ball back a little bit, has the 1 in the side, the 5 up in the corner, the 3 last that gets on the 8.
See, he's got that broken stool jersey or shirt on. Looks like that's where he plays back in Texas, representing. A lot of the players that come here to the U.S. Amateur Championship have some type of local support. A lot of times they're local pool rooms and things like that. Support them.
Well, East Texas, I don't know if it's a couple qualifiers they run, but they always have one, it seems like.
Three in the side pocket for Jacob. Now just the 8-ball remains. Chance to even things up at 2 games apiece.
And we'll be halfway through the 8-ball side of things. We play 8 games of 8-ball.
Nice break and run there for Jacob.
Very good.
The wardrobe change seems to have suited him well.
Well, I agree with I'd much rather be a little warm than cold. If you get a little shivery, you can really feel it in the stroke, to be honest with you.
If you're interested in competing in next year's U.S. Amateur Championship, you can sign up right now on our website, poolplayers.com. Compete in a preliminary round, and the top finishers in the preliminary round will advance to the championships. No better time than today to get signed up. I always see a lot of the emails that come in once the entry window closes. Is it too late? Is it too late? Yes, unfortunately, it's too late. So if you're interested, go ahead and sign up today. You've got plenty of time to prepare, but that'll give you the incentive you need to start practicing now, right? because you're going to
Plus,
need
there
it.
is
You're
a
gonna
little
need it if
benefit,
you're gonna
right,
be
to
here.
signing up early, right? Not just getting closed out, but
Yeah, I think you get your first options with
right.
the preliminaries. You get the,
Not backing off on the break at all. Really smashing them. Got a great jump on the rack there, and he did make a ball on the side, I think. Went in there so quickly. I think it was a stripe. Yeah, I think so anyways. Yeah. He's got a lot of options here. I'd look this one over a little bit before I got started. This is a big game. Take the lead.
move that 7 ball a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I wonder if I'm shooting the 14 here. The 13 goes, 14 goes in the side pretty easily. Yeah, that's why I was wondering, do you really take a missable ball? You know, not saying, and the thing that I understand is Jacob doesn't really think that's a missable ball. But all you have to look at it like, is it more missable than the 13? That's kind of the sense you make right there of it. I know it looks like, man, it's straight right here. I can pick this one off, make things a little easier, but when the balls are open, you really don't want to shoot the missable ball because you can usually work a little harder on the next shots and kind of make up for not shooting that 14 first. Ernesto's going to survey most things because he wants to recognize where my problem is. He can't shoot the 3, I guess. I'm not saying he has to now, but I think getting on the 5 is pretty easy. If the 3's doable to me, I'm shooting the 3 and I'm pushing the 2 a little bit by that side pocket. You know, you got the 1 next, no problem. Oh, he hit the 2. Okay. He just hit it a little harder than I thought he would. I was afraid of the 2 kind of tying up on the 9 or something like that, you know. And now he's golden. I mean, if the 6 goes, he can shoot the 1, come across for the 5, shoot the 5, and use the 2 to get on the 7. I think the 6 goes, and really he's supposed to get out from here. Just take care of the cue ball. That looks like good speed. Now you can make a choice. Do I like using the 2 to get on the 6, or do I like using the 7 to get on the 6? If you like the 2, well, you just run the cue ball a little further here, a couple rails to get on the 7, out to the center of the table. And he couldn't, if he felt like it, he could get on the problems up table now if he wanted. You know, like if he wanted to shoot the 6 and 4 off, he could certainly do that, and then use the 7 to get on the 2 to shoot the 8. So. This is just a little draw stroke. See how still the body stays. That's a telltale sign. Yeah, that's real good. Yeah, he doesn't want to shoot the 6 without getting the 4 first. I mean, not saying it's totally necessary, but it would be ideal. Does he need a little inside spin here? He hit it sweet. So these guys are playing great, Jason.
Yep, great day for both these guys. I was thinking back to that last match, that hot seat match with Ernesto when he got down and then towards the end of that match, and he came back to tie it up, and then he broke and ran under pressure to secure his spot here in the championship. So he's good under pressure, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and you know, the more you're under it, the better you're going to get.
Yep.
It doesn't always work out, but
I talked to him a little bit about that before the match.
it's, you know, it's like all competitors, you want the pressure. Sometimes it doesn't look so pretty. Sometimes, you know, almost to the point of embarrassing because we can all get overly nervous, but still wouldn't change it for the world, right? So
And there's another lead for Ernesto Bayaua. 3-2 over Jacob Watson.
Yeah,
This race to 11.
Jacob's got to wait his turn and then shake off that missed 14 right there. Ernesto, he can break them however he wants. He's got the second ball break. Breaks great from the head on. Kind of feel like he's going to stick to the second ball break, though. That kind of leans towards a little bit more 8-ball knowledge on the runouts usually.
Couple months here, we'll be back in Las Vegas for the Pool Player Championships. That's our singles event, individual competition. You can get more information on that on our website, poolplayers.com. Anticipate another great event there. If you're interested in learning more about what it takes to become an APA League operator, you can visit that section of our website as well. Over 300 APA League operators throughout our network. Well, just as you were bragging on the break, Ernesto scratches in the bottom corner.
Yeah, just caught the second ball a little thin. Usually that's the case. He's got to shoot from behind the line, which some 8-ball rules have gone to ball in hand everywhere. I like the behind the line rule. And I was thinking about why. So, of course, time at the table, but I think the format and the rules that the APA plays the 8-ball, I think that's why you've seen the open players really pick the 8-ball first. And the reason why is when you're playing make it, take what you make. It's hard to continually get runnable racks over and over. So even if you get down a game or two, you kind of feel like you're still going to get some opportunity. Stripe's definitely the easier of the two. Gotta get to that 15 here, I think. That's a nice subtle shot. Be unlucky if he got dead straight. I'll tell you what I'd like to do is just shoot that 9 up in the corner, I think, after shooting this 15. That really kind of opens up the 11-10 and gives you opportunity to get a clean shot at the 14. And that's happened twice to Jacob, trying to draw the ball a few inches to make the shot straight in, and he's fallen a little short of his mark. Well, pretty sweet stroke.
Just enough.
Yeah, and now he has the 11 opened up. He's jacked up and elevated on the 13, so he can't get at the 14 yet, though. So that's an issue. And where's he going for his next shot? I mean, there's a lot of trouble over there, a lot of congestion. Okay, so he's going to take the 13 off. That shows you how important it is to have the 11 and 10 to get at the 14. He's going to take on this shot instead of that 11 right there. Yeah. Is the 11 going to bump the 10 a little bit? This is tough. Let's get a look from here, and I mean, maybe, I don't know, you could bank the 14 in a shot or two, maybe. It does go in the pocket where near the 13, kind of where Jacob's standing now. It does go there. Is he trying to come off the 10 to get to the backside of the 14? That would be a nifty shot. Watch this shot. He caught a little thin, so he's going to need some help. And really, to be honest with you, all things considered, he might get away with it. Does he have the 10, really? Wow, that would really make things nice. If he had the 10, he could roll forward and use the 13 to get to the short side of the 14, but I think he's got to shoot the 13 and go into the 14. I know it probably isn't going to work. You might go 3 rails here with top inside and bump the 14 off the 3rd rail. Hard to get a shot coming straight across, but I think that's all he has, really. Yeah, you see there's just so much congestion. Oh, wow. Sweet. Now, can he not just hold for the 10 in the corner and then play to the backside of the 8? I don't know. Thought he could shoot the 14, just kind of hold his rock, maybe go forward a hair, I guess, but. Got to draw the ball back for the 8 in the side, or can he just hold there for the 8 in the lower right corner? Huh. One impressive out here. All right, squeeze that one home.
Yeah. Pockets the 8 ball, ties this match back up at 3 games apiece. We'll have the break in what will be the 7th of 8 games of 8 ball. 2 more games of 8 ball, and then we'll move into the 9 ball set.
Yeah, you'll find these two have really squared off much more playing 9 ball or 10 ball than probably 8 ball. Never know, though. Maybe out in Vegas or something, they played some 8 ball against each other, maybe.
I know Jacob's been out there, at least on some teams. Ernesto as well. We mentioned where Jacob plays out of, the Broken Stool in Kilgore, Texas.
Yeah, just right around the Tyler area.
We wanted to make sure we mentioned Texas Tires. Kendrick Gilstrap back in Longview. I'm guessing another supporter of his.
Yep.
And Shots and Shape, his APA team. Of course, we got to give them a shout out. Rooting their top player on. I'm guessing he's the top player on their APA team. If not, that's one heck of a team.
Good chance of it, but there has been a lot of great players through the years from East Texas. Texas, period, I guess. Man, he's smashing them. I love it. And he might convince Ernesto, if Ernesto gets back to break the balls in the 8 ball, he might convince Ernesto to start doing the same. The second ball break hasn't been the most friendly for the players the last couple days. All right, did he slam 2 stripes down? Is that what happened? Yeah, he didn't make a solid. Stripes are open, though. And I like what he's doing here, I think. I mean, did he make, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them? Yeah, he can get on the 11. I don't think I like taking on the 11 just yet. Big draw stroke there. Now here he can get, in between the 6-3 pretty easily if he wants. That's what he'll want to do. He won't want to shoot the 2, or excuse me, the 11 from above here where he has to go into the 2 with the cue ball. So here in a moment he wants to work the cue ball over here behind the 6 to shoot the 11. And you can tell wasn't the hit he wanted. Definitely the cue ball way off of position, so. So Ernesto's going to have to take a pretty tough cut shot on the 1, I think. I don't think really any kind of strategy game here is too available. I don't think so anyways. I guess he could elevate on the 4 and just bang it down into the 6 and hold the cue ball behind the 7. The 11 does not go. I guess you could do that. I guess you could just shoot the 1 away and put him behind the 4-7. Just kind of bring the cue ball up onto the 4-7. And if you don't like the 1 ball, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I think that's what he's doing. Trying to bring him up on the 4-7 with the cue ball. What he's measuring there is the one going to come back into the cue ball off the side rail, because he has to cut the one a little bit to bring the cue ball onto the 4-7. Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. And again, he doesn't want the one to come back and collide with the cue ball. I don't think it's something you got to worry about too much, but he could also cut the one. I mean, it's a very capable shot, doable shot for Ernesto, that's for sure. I don't think a scratch is possible. Not straight in scratch, anyways. Yeah, he's going to put him on the 4-7. Yeah, you watched the one ball. He was worried about that. That's why he hit it as mild as he could and still got the draw on the cue ball. He did real well there, by the way. Don't think Jacob can really. He's kicking across the table. Trying to get at the 9, I guess. I like that kick. 2 rails, maybe.
Jacob's been coming to this event since he was 18 years old. So
Wow.
what do we say? He's 25. So 7 years he's been here. He's a veteran in his own right at 25 here. A lot of valuable experience, I'm sure, gained over those 7 years.
Absolutely. Yeah, and he's the type that retains it as well. Wow, he made it. He made it. What a shot. All right, these are the type of situations that win tournaments, taking advantage of a little bit of fortune. Watch out, cue ball. Now, I don't think the 8 got knocked out of play. Don't think so, anyways. He's still got a touchy shot here, though. I mean, maybe does he have too much angle to draw behind the 12 for the side? Does he have to go over to the rail and back over for the 12 in the lower left? Oh, he could get past the side. Now a lot of freedom with the cue ball. The left side of the table completely open.
Now Jacob pulls ahead. 4 games to 3. His first lead of the match, I believe, right?
Yeah, his first lead.
All right, we'll see one more game in the 8-ball set before they move to 9-ball. Some of you folks probably tuning in on our YouTube channel. You can do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. You get notifications when we go live. Add new videos. I know we've got a new instructional series that'll debut here in the next several weeks from Florian Venom Kohler. You're going to want to be able to see that. Of course, all of our social media platforms, from Facebook to Instagram to TikTok to Twitter, we're all over the place. So wherever you are, find us.
All right, I've been really impressed with the break so far from Jacob. Not backing off, hitting them square. Yeah, he's made a ball. Cue ball got a little threatened. He may make
Couple balls.
Yeah, one of each here. No, he's made 2 stripes. Well, that's okay, though. He's got a shot on the stripes. I wouldn't worry about holding the ball for the 12 right here. Not saying it's not a nice shot, but there's ways to get at the 12. I'd like to make sure I secure this next shot after the 14. Elevates and goes into the 1 and doesn't quite hold for the 12. Who knows what the 1's going to do? It could end up causing some problems. Now, if he holds on the 1, that's beautiful, but oh, he hit it perfect. Man, the kid's feeling good. Got a little jacked up, or a little tough on the cueing. Now, can he roll the 9 and come across for the 15, I thought, maybe? And come above for the 10, I think. Anytime you're cueing funny, it becomes a missable ball. I don't think the 15's the shot. I gotta feel like the 9's the shot, but... Nice shot there. Good speed. Close enough to it, he can really pinch the cue ball now. So he can kind of cheat the angle, in a sense. No, he doesn't feel like he can really cheat it. With a low and maybe a hair of right English, just pull the ball up above the 10. A lot of times when you're close to it right here, if you understand it, you can really throw the ball in with a little draw. Instead of coming 2 rails across, you can just come 1 rail above. But these guys are at the table, so they see all the angles a lot better than we do. That's got to go a little bit. No bump, no bad bumping. Oh, man, this is tough. Yeah. I don't think that's a cuttable ball. Yeah, I think he's got to play it off the 8. And he hit that last shot nice. Good speed. I thought the route was okay. Just barely caught the 10. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to try and cut it in, but when you're on top of it right here, just what happens is the cue ball, unless he spins it maybe he can throw it. I think I got to play this off the 8 myself. So good chance we're going to split all those 8 games and go basically a race to 7-9 ball for this title.
Who do we see win the leg? Jacob won the leg, right?
Yeah.
Opted for the break. Ernesto
right.
started in the 8 ball
That's
set.
right.
Okay. Which chances are, had it been the opposite, they still would have started in the 8 ball set. But
I agree.
I'm just kind of curious. Again, the winner of the leg either takes the break or chooses the format. Ernesto pockets at 3 in the corner.
And I guess he's going to clear these 5 here and use the 1 to get down there on that 7.
2 in the corner there.
Yep. Looks like 6 in the side, and he's coming out for the 5 in the corner. Maybe he draws back for the 5. Oh, yeah, that's a better camera angle there. He can draw back for the 5 in the side. Now, he'd like to get on the 1 in the side, but he doesn't have to. He can just play for the 1 in the corner. That leads towards the 7 as well. Decided to move the cue ball a little bit to try and get a little easier shot on the 1. Just cheat the pocket a little bit. Probably goes to the side rail. Just a hair left English, spins towards the 8. Then we should get on to our 9 ball.
Eight in the side pocket for Ernesto. We are tied up at 4 games apiece. So it'll be 9 ball, Jeremy, that decides the outcome of this match. Players splitting the 8 ball set, 4 games.
Yeah, fast.
Really watching, I mean, we're seeing the best of these guys, which is great.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you get to the final and somebody's a little off, somebody sat too long, somebody had too long of a day, but
Sure.
you're seeing the best of both these guys right now, and hopefully that'll continue through the 9 ball set, and won't surprise me one bit if at the end we're back to hill because we've seen quite a bit of that today. So
Yeah. When you're comfortable playing somebody, more often than not, you can play your best pool, so don't have to worry about much, which seems like to me the entire 5 days here has been not many worries at all when it comes to the players getting along with their matches, which is always good. Okay, so in the last match, Jacob really broke well from his right side rail. Now Ernesto going to the left. I know Ernesto likes the left a little better, so we'll see. Watch the 8 and watch the 1. 8 went down, cue ball. Got a pretty nasty kiss. The 5's going to get in the way. I think maybe not. Maybe he's got a piece of it. It's close. May take on the kick shot if he doesn't.
if you're just joining us, you're watching coverage of this year's U.S. Amateur Championship. This is the final round. An all-Texas affair here. One way or another, the U.S. Amateur Championship title's going back to the Lone Star State.
No, it's probably. When's the last time it's been there? When Ernesto won? As far as the Open Division?
I believe so.
Yeah. I mean, he must be snookered because really surveying a lot, seeing if he wants to take on the kick shot. And you can see the table's breaking good, right? So these are crucial games because, again, got a feeling one of these guys could separate themselves with a few breaking runs. He's going to push, it looks like, and I wonder if he's gonna push to a piece of the 1, so probably doesn't get it back. Yeah, he wants to hit before the side, I think, with the 1, bring the cue ball back behind the 5, maybe. Little light. Now, looks like Ernesto can push through on the 1 and put him on the back of the 3, maybe. You'd like to look for a more effective, comfortable safety. That one's always a little uncomfortable, especially when you're far away. bank the 1 in between the 3-4 up the table and send the cue ball behind the 2-7 in between the 6-9, something like that. Yeah, like this here. He's going to catch the 6. Really love the shot. I think there were a lot of good things going on with that shot. Pretty easy to execute as well. That almost worked out really well. And all he's trying to do is play a containing shot, like making sure that Ernesto doesn't run the table the next time he steps to the table. Now he may swerve this if he needs to get to the top of the 1 to try and play a safety, bringing the cue ball down by the 9. Okay, he can see it, so he's just spinning it. A lot of right English. He's going to carry behind the 2. May have given up a shot on the 1. I think he did.
All right, let's see if that opens things up here in this first rack of the 9-ball set. The 1 is fallen.
Watch out. Okay, he's clear. Interesting to see how he plays this, because the 6 is a big ball trying to come across the table, you know, for the short pocket on the 3. I think I would just play from underneath the 3, maybe go underneath the 9 a couple rails here. Oh, he just stunned. Very confident stroke. The 6 doesn't pass the 7, so he needs to get off the rail a little bit with the cue ball. And I don't know if he can get past the 5 for that natural angle to go up table, or if he has to stay above the 5 here. It's kind of funny. He may come across. I don't know. Nice shot.
Clint Clark wanted to thank us for the streaming and the commentary. Clint was in this year's event.
Oh, okay.
Nice guy. We had one of his matches yesterday.
Yeah, I met nothing but a bunch of great people here.
Oh, yeah.
Both tournaments, the ladies and the open.
Such an enjoyable event to be able to work. Such great sportsmanship throughout.
Might be a little different if it was 6 feet of snow outside, but, you know, hard to be in.
Don't go there. I've already started looking at my weather forecast back in St. Louis after today, and it's not pretty.
Yeah, I know there's some more fronts coming in up there, but I know Minnesota was going to be real bad. A few of the players from Minnesota were talking about it. Okay, a little tester. Now, the thing about this also is you got to be pretty good with the draw stroke, and that don't mean you got to kill it, but you just got to get the draw on it unless you're going to stun around the 7 a couple rails, because you could fall below the 7 and get funny. Uh-oh. Good thing the 9 is there. And what Jacob will learn, if you got to attack with the draw, but it's a fine line. When you overhit, it doesn't really have time to grab as well. So it's a fine line of hitting it kind of course, aggressive, but smooth at the same time. Nice shot there, cheating the pocket. All right, So I'd put a hair of right English or left, one of the two. I don't straight ball, you might scratch. Nice shot.
Pockets at 9 in the corner, regains the lead. Race to 11 here. Again, if you're interested in competing in next year's U.S. Amateur Championship, you can sign up today at our website. Enter into a preliminary round, and the top finishers in those rounds advance to the championship round. So you're never going to make it if you don't sign up. I'll give you a little early 2022 goal, right? Get signed up, start practicing, get all pumped up in September. Preliminary rounds.
Yeah, the winner of this event, not only that coveted title, but you get a chance to go play with the big boys somewhere.
Of course, we also invite him back to defend the title next year.
That's right. He's been smashing them from that side rail. Corner ball missed barely. All right.
Nothing doing there. Ernesto back to the table.
Yeah, this is where you'll go and look at the 4 and see how it's sitting on that point right there. You see him take a look at that?
Yeah.
Because, you can cut the 1 towards the 4. If it's sitting well, you can cut it and make the 4 a bunch of different ways. And now that's a good camera view. It's up off that point a little bit, so maybe he doesn't take that chance.
We got some other friends tuning in, Jeremy. Our buddy Blake Baker.
Oh, good.
2019 U.S. Amateur champion.
Now, is he still in Washington, or did he move back towards the Midwest?
Last I talked to him, he was
still
in Washington, but
right?
that was about this time last year. My buddy Matt Bryson tuning in from Louisiana. Good to hear from you.
Okay. Yeah, I wonder if Blake was able to try and qualify. Hard to imagine him not, even though it's super tough. It's not easy. It's going to be a little heavy there. Looks like the 2-5 tied up here on the side rail. So if he can shoot this in and kind of hold the one over the pocket, a lot of times when the object ball's near the pocket, you can route the cue ball one way or another to get at a breakout like the 2-5. Yeah, he kind of double kissed it in. So now, decisions, because Ernesto can definitely come one rail at the 2-5, which I like myself. Of course, I'm kind of an aggressive player, but you just chop the 1, cut it a little thinner to kind of cheat the pocket, overcut it to the pocket with a low outside English, and come right at the 2-5. Now you could set up to play a little safe. And it's almost like, that 8-ball game where Ernesto took a long time to play a safety. When he did have an open table, he could have cut the 1. And then Jacob kicked the 9 in and got out. It was a big part of this match so far. I like Ernesto staying aggressive here instead of trying to lay up for the safety on the 2. Oh, he drew into him. What a stroke. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. And those kind of shots get you going, you know what I mean? It's like, makes you believe you can keep running out. Just like breaking firm, when I always see, the soft break came into the game pretty heavy, right? The last 15 years in 9-ball. And when I see players soft break, it seems like they don't get the momentum like the guys who break a little firmer.
2 rattles in that top pocket and out. Jacob quickly out of his chair and back to the table.
And Jacob's going to recognize the 3 goes by the 8, so instead of easing this in, he'll go back and forth and play the 3 in the opposite corner. That actually leans towards easier position on the 5, because you have no chance of really running into the 8 if you're playing the 3 in the left corner. I caught a little thick. I don't know if it's going to get there. And it makes a huge difference how you pocket the ball. If you catch a little thick to the pocket, costs you your cue ball speed, usually a foot, foot and a half. All right, shooting a 3 into the 8. I don't think he can really get the snooker doing that, though. But still, it's the right shot. Get him up over top of the balls. That's just about as good, it seems like sometimes.
That's somebody tuning in all the way from over in Israel.
Wow.
We've seen quite a few people across the globe. Somebody from Guam this morning.
Yeah, you and I talked about Guam a little bit.
Maybe we need to look at Guam for the next U.S. Amateur Championship.
Oh, there you go.
It's a U.S. territory, right?
It is a U.S. territory.
It might be a little on the far side, I guess. Florida suits us pretty good.
Yeah. The route I used to take on Continental before they got bought was Houston to Hawaii, which was 7.5 hours. Then another little 7 hours to Guam from Hawaii. So, and then I think about 3.5 on to Tokyo.
Oh.
Yeah, it's.
I retract my statement then. Sorry.
It's amazing how they even found those places. The Pacific is so big.
Blake Baker's now in Texas.
Okay.
He's right there in your backyard again.
Yeah, I think maybe he was telling me he was going that way. Or is he playing a tournament, or did he move to Texas?
That I don't know, because it was somebody else that gave me that information.
Okay.
But it sounds like he's back in Texas.
Because
I know he's got a young one at home, too.
Yeah,
now,
I know that,
so.
yeah.
Little girl, I believe.
Yeah, right before he won the title, I believe, right? Or was it right after he won the title?
Might have been right after.
Okay.
Sometime during the pandemic. 3 into the 8 there for Jacob
that was
Watson.
a heck of a shot.
Somebody tuning in from Gainesville, Florida. Go Gators. Big upset yesterday over Auburn in the O'Connell Center.
Yeah, I watched the highlights on that. They tried to give it away at the end.
I know. Yeah.
But hell, they beat a really good team, so. All right. I don't know if he's wanting to get to where he can break out the 7-9 off the 5. I don't think that's necessary. You can use the 6 very easily. Now, if you get perfect, you might draw into the bottom of the 9 and have a cut shot, but still, you got to be careful. You know, you draw into the 9 maybe. You get elevated over the 7 trying to cut the 6. Now, the good thing is he's lefty if something like that happens. I think I'd still use the 6 maybe. I don't know. All right. And good thing he's lefty. Be a tough stretch for a right-hander. I was wondering if he might come underneath the 7. Wants the cue ball to bounce, though, desperately. Oh, my, it's going to land really near the cushion. And this is where if you take that extra second here. Yeah, I like that right there. Re-chalking the cue. I like his chances now. And just something about that extra. Oh, wow. Why is he elevating? He shoots so well level, rolling the ball. I'll have to ask him about that one later, maybe. Yeah, just, that's kind of like I talk to some of the pro players. If I could remind them sometimes when they're in a match how good they are. You know what I mean? Same thing with Jacob right there. I would have said the same thing, man. Realize how good you are. Just level out, roll that 7 in for a 2-game lead.
Well, Ernesto here will tie things up at 5 games apiece. Race to 11.
Yeah, it was surprising to see Jacob elevate the cue right there. That's normally something you do in a spot like that when it's totally necessary. Maybe you have to hold the cue ball right there. You have to draw it back. I think that 9 ball hanging might have got the best of him right there. He looked like he could maybe draw the cue ball into the 9 if he missed the 7, right? So. They're both breaking great. Ernesto's going to get a good shot on the 1. Real natural position on the 2. And still waiting for one of these guys to put a few together.
What did he get on the break there?
Made the 5 ball.
5 ball,
yeah.
Is that right? I was kind of looking at the table. It's so hard to see sometimes with the light color.
Yeah.
Figuring out what's orange and what's pink.
Actually, I think that he might have made the 4. I don't know.
That's what I was like. See the table. It almost looks like the orange is still out there, but
yeah.
Ernesto can't pocket the 1.
Yeah, those are big shots there. But the way these guys are breaking, of course, you need shots after the break to run racks, but they're playing great and breaking great. Didn't quite expect that miss. Okay. Don't do anything crazy. Just get above the 6-8. Is he going to catch the 6? Oh, my. It's amazing. Like, that's the only way to slow him down and is that ball get tied up probably. And maybe the 6 does play still, but that made things tougher, I think. Looking for the breakout here, the stun breakout. That's what I was going to say. The 6 does go up in the upper right. See how low the tip position is here. And yeah, he's playing the breakout, I think. Maybe 2 rails behind it, but I doubt it. Yeah, nice shot, Jacob.
Watch out.
Now, I don't know if he can go any further offensively, but just kind of probably going to roll up. He can kick between the 8 and 9. He can kick, obviously, to the side rail he's looking at right now. The only thing I think about the 8 and 9, going between that, is you may be able to make the cue ball escape off the 6 and go up table a little easier. You kick this way, say 2 rails, it could escape, but good chance it hits one of those balls and really doesn't do much for you unless you make the 6, right? But and a lot of these types of kicks, when you have choices, is the one you feel better about and the one you feel like you're going to be just a little more accurate with. Now, he could kick slowly here, trying to play a real cute shot coming up on the 8-9 with the cue ball. Like that. You see how it was... Oh, good shot, Ernesto. You see how the cue ball was kind of tracking towards that 8-9 after contact on the 6. Is there a window here, really?
Little one.
Oh, wow.
Nicely done. A lot of folks back home tuning in for their Sunday entertainment, Sunday evening entertainment, watching this final round of the U.S. Amateur Championship. Ernesto pockets that 8-ball.
And a lot of seesaw in this match. Now another lead change.
9 in the corner and a 6-5 lead for Mr. Bayaua. And the break. I want to thank our sponsors, pooldog.com. Helping us bring you guys all this coverage the last several days here from Strokers. Hope you guys will think about them next time you need a new pool cue or case, accessories, whatever it is, they got it at pooldog.com. Really great supporters of the sport in general. Had a chance to go visit them a couple years ago up in Colorado. Good folks, good company.
Oh, yeah.
Family-owned business up there. Eric, Kevin, and the rest of the folks. Really enjoyed visiting up there.
Yeah, Colorado's nice. All right, he's really got the break going. It's just a matter of, like, making that shot after the break, right? The one ball he had last time. Again, a very makeable one ball, even though it's not easy, but it leads towards a run out.
Pocketed the 8 there on that break.
And this is the type of shot you're going to go 2 rails, and that doesn't mean you got to murder it, but you got to free the stroke up, you know. Don't aim so much. I know that sounds kind of silly, right? You're going to aim, but, I mean, you really have to swing the cue. Feel a little flow. A little better there. You know, didn't guide it so much. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just like other sports when they say steered it or short-armed it or whatever you want to call it. Now here you'd like to get kind of close to the 3 just because he's going to play that combo, but you want to gain real good control of where the 3's going. So he's got to go away from it a little bit. Yeah, personally, even if you get a little steep on the 3, if you're another foot and a half, 2 feet closer, you can really manage the control of the 3 ball after pocketing the 6. I got away from him a little bit. I'll tell you, at the pro level, very hard for the pros to pass up this bank, if they're a right-hander especially, because they can reach it so well, and it's kind of facing them right in the, you know, kind of looking them right in the face. Just a hard bank to pass up on. Is he cutting this? Wow, he's spinning this in. Maybe catches the 5. Okay, great shot. Man, the camera will fool us, Jason. Well, the pros would have cut that in, too. Let's say that. I thought for sure it was just a bank shot. And this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. I kind of felt like one, if not both of these guys could really get going and sit each other down for a bit in this race to 11. Very skilled players here. A little stress there for Ernesto, but again, I just remind him how good he is. Don't stress over stuff like this.
You ever run into Ernesto in a tournament? I mean, I know you guys.
Oh, yeah. We
sometimes.
played a
You guys
bunch
played
of times. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How about Jacob? You ever played him in a match?
No, I've never played Jacob. I don't know if me and Jacob will ever spar or play, just because I don't play much anymore, you know.
Right.
And I lived a little more in Houston, even though he's actually closer to me now where I live than probably Houston. Yeah, but me and Easy E, that's what we used to call him. We used to play a lot, yeah. And he's a tough guy to beat. He's beat me before, don't worry.
be thinking about that one for a while.
Yeah, it's just one thing after another. You know, it was Jacob that was up 5-4 and had a chance to take a 2-game lead, maybe get something going. And I'd go rail first before I elevate like this. I think, anyways. He's a straight shooter, though. Great shot.
Big swing there.
Huge.
7-5 to 6-6, and Jacob Watson will have the break. So make a mental note, folks, of that error. We'll see how it affects things moving forward. Ernesto's a seasoned veteran, though. He's not going to let that get to him too much. But, man, it looked like he had that particular game locked up.
Yeah, and got a little pep in his step, and Jacob's going to maybe take a small timeout. I don't know. He kind of stepped away from the table, and, you know, I used to talk to the old pros about all kinds of things when it came to, you know, how to improve tournament play, match play, what do you do? And certainly one of them was when it felt like a big turning point or a big mistake maybe by your opponent is put them on the cooker a little bit. Take your time out. You know, it's a big moment anyways at 6-6, and now Jacob's breaking, right? So it almost makes sense.
Once again, tied up here at Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida. Final match in this year's U.S. Amateur Championship.
Yeah, watch for the pink wing ball. The one should hit. I think it's been hitting before the side and coming around 3 rails. Maybe after the side. Been flying off the rack, though. Yeah, past the side. That's sweet. See the position play on the one? Just in case something bad doesn't happen. I mean, as long as something bad doesn't happen, good chance these guys get a lot of shots on the one.
4 ball is off the table.
Okay, I guess the 2 goes by the 6 maybe. Yeah, I can tell it definitely goes. Now the 3 doesn't, I don't think, go by the 5, so I don't know if he can come straight down. I don't know if maybe the 3 does go by the 5. Maybe he goes in between the 7-3 with the cue ball with a straight high ball. Something like that. Maybe even kisses the 3 a hair here. We'll see. Oh, rattle. Gonna get a roll, though. Oh,
yeah.
And a good one. Ernesto. I think he can get to the back rail here. Yeah, he can. Now, the key to this shot is don't try to get too much out of it. Just bump the 2 over to the side rail. You're hoping to catch a little piece of the 5 and kind of carry the 5 with the cue ball for the snooker. So it'd be a high right or middle right, something like that. I think if he tries to get the 2 down table, he loses the cue ball is what I think. But if he keeps it real simple, I think he can get a mild safety. He did all right, though. I mean, that wasn't easy. And he's done half the battle, which is making Jacob come with a tough shot. Speed control. This is all speed control. That looks a little light unless he was trying to play short of it. Maybe he was. Okay, he's playing the safety here, banking the 4 around, so, or excuse me, banking the 3 around 4 rails. Oh, he caught the 7. So that's going to give up ball in hand. And what should be give up the lead again here. Ernesto looks like he's going to draw this. I thought he would shoot it in the opposite side and kind of roll down off of that. Nothing wrong with this, though. Talked about it earlier. I'm just a big fan of rolling my ball if I can. This is pretty clear opening, though. Straight draw. Can't remember, Jason. Is there a top cue maker or a good cue maker in the St. Louis area? You might not know, I guess, but
Cue maker, I don't
or
know.
like a custom cue maker.
A. Schmidt, the table manufacturer.
Okay.
Cue maker, I don't. Not that I'm aware of.
Jim Buss used to live there in the St. Louis area. I think he's actually retired now. May have moved back down south. He was a great cue maker from the Houston area, from St. Louis actually, and then he moved back to St. Louis.
I know we got some good pool players in the St. Louis area.
Oh, yeah.
Justin Bergman, a guy you're very familiar with from the Moscone Cup. And
Oh, yeah.
Mark Wilson, a very good instructor, former Moscone captain, former pro player himself.
Mm-hmm.
Was the coach for the Lindenwood program when that was there.
Yeah, I did a lot of work recently with Mark at the Derby City Classic.
You talk about a guy that's dedicated to the sport of pool.
Oh, yeah. Always learned something from that guy, too. I remember back in the day playing on the same tour with him in the Camel Pro Billiard Series, and Mark was a tough guy.
You know he's a good coach when the likes of Jeanette Lee or Allison Fisher or, those kind of folks are using him as a coach,
Right.
Picking his brain. So, yeah, St. Louis has some good pool players.
All right, big 8-ball here. We're nearing that finish line. Just game after game, we get closer and closer. And, I still believe that one of these guys is capable of some separation now. I think you and I got the feeling from the start of the day that we were going to be an 11-10 final no matter who it was, right?
Especially with what we've seen today. And
yeah.
the stark contrast to the final we saw last year with Jason Shearman and Dan Gamble, where Dan Gamble had opened up a large lead, and Shearman mounted a comeback for the ages, right? This match a lot different. Seesaw battle, trading back and forth the lead.
Yeah. A couple of mistakes here and there to improve those leads, but a lot of great shots as well. And I remember Dan making a mistake or two last year, of course. I mean, you almost have to in that kind of format. 8-ball, 9-ball, tough table. You're probably going to get some chances from a big lead, but really Jason got going on him is what happened. All right. Don't think he flirts with the 9 at all. I wouldn't. It's got a cross-side bank. I don't think the 8's in the way, but really no way to get, real sound position on the 3. Now he could just roll up on the 9. I know it's a soft safety, meaning probably think the guy's going to hit it off one of the short rails, right? But getting the snooker right here is pretty important. And I don't really see a great way to move off the 2 without, if he moves off the top of the 2, he's kind of putting the 2 into the 9, maybe into the 5, and who knows what's going to happen with the 2 ball. If he cuts off the bottom of the 2, cue ball goes into the 9, maybe scratches, maybe gives up a shot. I think you got to think simple safety here, unless you're going to cut the 2 in, I guess, in the corner. I think just he's got a super great touch. Well, he may be cutting this. Like, again, I keep it simple. Just roll the 2 to the rail, put them behind the 9, see what happens. I know it's a little touchy, but it's not too bad. Oh, he's trying to move the 2 a long ways and draw the cue ball behind the 9 and 5. Oh, no, he played that shot. Oh, no, is it not going to? It did, okay. And a lot of times what it is You know, the guy's going to kick to the bottom rail or cross anyways, right? So don't try to lay that down so perfect it can get away from you and not get a rail. And know that you can bump the 9 a little bit with the cue ball and still contain the snooker. Now, he laid it down great. All right, most likely gets a little separation. Might cross bank this 2 in if he hits it. Oh, well, 2-9 maybe. I think it's lined up pretty well, too. Yeah, not bad. Now he's elevated. That's probably why he's not too in love with it. But I think he still shoots it. I mean, hard to run the cue ball. You got the 6, you got the 7, you got the 8. It's really hampering running the cue ball. I think he's supposed to shoot at this. I don't think the 2 goes by the 9. Yeah, I think he's supposed to shoot at this. I'd hate to try and play a safety with all this traffic and end up giving up a shot without shooting at this very makeable 9 ball.
Look at this.
Look at here. How sweet it is.
9 ball drops in that corner pocket. And once again, Jeremy, we are even in this race up to 11. 7-7. We're inching ever closer to a champion, but don't be surprised, folks, if this match goes hill-hill. Sounds like we're experiencing some internet connection issues once again. We kind of told people about that at the outset. We had gone quite a while without it, but unfortunately there's not much we can do. Has to do with the local internet provider here. Do our best to push through it.
Yeah, we've been.
But if you're prone to frustration, you might want to wait till we put the recorded match online. But we're going to be here through the end of this match one way or another. Going to do everything we can to bring you the happenings as they happen live.
He's made a ball. The one's. Oh, I thought the one was going to come free. Now this will be interesting. Pretty aggressive player here, and he's got a bit of a big pocket with the 2 there. So I think he plays the rail first shot behind the 4, going to the rail, trying to spin, kick spin this 1 ball in. Just a high ball. Again, don't baby it too much. Yeah, sweet stroke there. And the 3 goes, I think. He's going to have to make a nice draw stroke. I don't think he can go by the 4 here. He's got to draw this, right? Or can he stun it by the 4? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He may get a friendly bump here. How sweet was that? Now he's pretty straight, so I don't know how close he can get to this pink 4 back down the table, but even though he has a little angle, can't put much stroke on it. Afraid of fouling the cue ball, right? So I think he worked it out pretty good. He just got a little on the wrong side of this 4 now. I don't know if he can come down and get the proper position on the 5. Sometimes the math just doesn't add up. This angle here is tough. Great stroke. Now what, though? You cut the 5 and go 4 rails for the 6. I mean, not terrible. Looks like he's trying to play the safety. Safety's touchy, though. I don't really know where you're going to play the safety from. I think he's supposed to go for this, the position he put himself in. He's going to have to put a little speed on this to catch 4 rails. He's got plenty of angles, so that'll help the cue ball movement. But I think he does need a hair extra. So a telltale on this is how well they hit it. Watch to see if the body stays still through the shot. Yeah, really nice solid body there, and I don't know if it's going to get there or not. And I don't think he has a sliver of the 6 either. I could be wrong, but can't reach it that way. Oh, he hit that ball sweet to end up a little short. All right, he's going to leave him jacked up a little bit. I don't know if easy Ernesto, if he banks at this or not. Kind of a funny safety because there's some gaps there. If I was going to play safe, I would hit the left side of the 6 and come 2 rails behind the 8-9. Those balls give you a lot better. Those 2 balls give you a lot bigger area to get safe. Because if you put the 6 on the bottom rail and use separation here, and you don't get the snooker, you could take away the worst of it. So pretty savvy vet shot there by Ernesto. Oh, he gave him a little piece. Wow. He's got to curve it a little bit. Watch out, he could foul the 8 here if he lets up. That was tough. Now Ernesto's just got to go below the 8. And the thing is, a lot of times you'd like to cut this ball with a little more speed, but I think he's just got to hit it with a light speed coming below the 8 back and forth. He's got both side pockets available. Got the upper corners. Yeah. Oh, he caught the 8, though. He was trying to get by it. I think he has a small piece, maybe. We'll try to look at the front view. The front view will show us a lot about if he's got a little piece of the 8. Nah. My gut tells me he's got a little sliver of it, but just the way the balls lay. I don't think he's kicking at it.
All right, so a foul there by Ernesto Bayaua. Gives
8-7.
Jacob ball in hand, and he just concedes the rack.
Yeah, 2-ball out. I think Ernesto played it right. I don't think he even caught the 6 too thick to the pocket, which will, hurt the cue ball a little bit. Maybe he just needed a hair of English to make sure he stayed away from that 8. I think it was the right way to play it, though, under, the circumstances.
Jacob Watson now 3 games away from his first U.S. Amateur Championship title. Ernesto 4 away from what would be his second.
Yeah, and we've had a couple breaking runs in this set here, but the guys that really, when they got that 1-game lead, had a chance to lengthen that lead a little bit, and we'll see if that's going to happen late in the match.
I know we went down there momentarily. Ernesto failed to make contact with the 8-ball, fouled, gave ball in hand to Jacob, and Ernesto basically conceded the 8 and the 9-ball, giving that game to Jacob Watson. And now Ernesto is preparing the rack. Jacob will have the break.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, conceding a rack?
It happens. I understand it's a frustration thing sometimes, in situations.
Yeah,
I wasn't too worried about Jacob.
Yeah. We saw a 9-ball that was right there.
No, we saw some ball and hands missed today,
I'd have a hard time conceding the shot, but.
I like at the pro level, they've gotten to a lot of tournaments where they want you to shoot them all.
Mm-hmm.
I like that myself.
Another strong break there by Jacob.
Yeah, and look at, the 2-ball opened enough. I think he can pocket the 2. He's going to have to cheat the pocket on the 1 a little bit, but I think the 2 is playable. 4's over the side, just a little draw stroke from the 5 to the 6. I think it's definitely shootable. Maybe not. He's really eyeing it up, kind of sizing it up here. And I can kind of see the table from here. It's, what is that, 40, 50 feet away, something like that. And I can see the 2 definitely congested, but that camera angle right there tells me it's definitely shootable. 100% now. I think he got perfect. He's going to call a referee just to make sure, but I don't think he's got much issue here. Now, this is the thing. How much of the 6 are you going to catch? If you're going to catch a little more of it than you think, you might not want to go forward off this ball. You might want to draw off of this 6. If you follow and you catch a lot of it, this could slide and catch the point and kind of kill the cue ball. All right, he kept it nice and good tempo, didn't overhit it. And he's perfect, Jason. This is that 2-game lead that's staring us in the face again. Here I'd want to draw back a little bit, get that 1-rail angle. Yeah. I don't like the running angle as much on the 5 as I do drawing 1 rail. He's looking at the running angle now, and yeah, I think he's supposed to try and get to the center of the table myself anyways. A little light. So we're going to have to see a draw stroke. More than the stun draw going to the rail, we're going to have to see really just a pure draw stroke. So speed crucial, of course. Good effort. Ernesto's going to be left with a very difficult situation and decision here. I didn't mind the bank. He kind of liked it. I kind of liked it myself. I thought he was going to bury it, really. So trying to put him behind the 8 here. Use that deft touch Ernesto has. A little hard, maybe. Close. Wow, look how thin that was. Really great effort there. He's done that several times this week, too, and I've watched it, and he's been really good at it a lot. All right, probably can't play the safety here. He's got to go. Rail first here with some spin. Cue ball should come towards the 8. Watch out for the snooker. Not behind the 9.
How about next to the 9?
Yeah. That would have been crazy there. And really, again, not faced with any kind of option for safety. Not that I see anyways. I guess there is a little rail first safety. But normally you're going to shoot. Great stroke. Not out of the woods yet, though, Jason.
I don't think we've seen more than a 1-game lead since Ernesto started things off 2-0, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Scratch.
No.
No, hell's up.
Yeah, what's Jason do? Excuse me, Jacob do? He can cut this in. Not a favorite to make it. He can, I think I like kind of banking the 8 2 rails up to the end rail here. Yeah, putting the 8 right where he pointed his cue. About all the shot I see here, and try to use the 9 ball to slow the cue ball down. So you're going to hit the 8 pretty full, maybe a hair of a cut. Still, it seemed, he's looking at the cut now. Okay. He doesn't like the safety. Still the type of shot, when you're long distance, you got to stay pretty smooth with it. You're not going to baby it, but you just can't expect to make it just kind of whacking at it. There you go. That's how you're supposed to stroke it, though.
About 2 hours deep now into this match.
Nice shot.
All right, so Ernesto pockets that 9 in the corner. We are once again tied, 8-8, both players. Need 3 more games to reach that magic number of 11. Be crowned U.S. Amateur Champion for 2022. Ernesto will have the break once again. And we are inching ever closer, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Slowly inching.
Again, both guys that broke the ball is great. So we'll see if one of them can, I kind of feel like it's 11-10 all the way. I don't know who's going to win, but I also still kind of feel like, the way the guys are breaking, and they played a great tournament, right? So just with a little opportunity, you never know. It could break and run a few racks to end this match. Oh, I didn't see anything down. Oh, the 4 ball got kicked down. The cue ball's coming. Is he going to hit the 2? No. But he still got a great shot at the 1. I think the 3 goes by the 9. If not, maybe a 3-9. You'd rather just have a clean 3 ball, but and Ernesto, again, so talented, both these guys. But one thing I see sometimes in a situation, Ernesto's got quite a bit of knowledge, right? He's from Houston, right? A lot of great players through the years, and he's definitely a guy who's going to soak up that and plays a lot of different games. But sometimes you can try to, with your knowledge, you can try to make the game too easy on yourself. And what I mean by that is, yeah, you're supposed to use the brain to help the game, help be easier on yourself, but you still got to kind of like stroke the ball and make balls and whatnot. Didn't expect that miscue.
Not at all.
Wow.
Sends the cue ball flying off the table.
I guess he was drawing that ball to the side rail and out. He may set up the combo here. I know that sounds crazy, but when you're this close to it, chopping that 1 on the 9, not very difficult at all. I think he's supposed to, and especially if the 3's any kind of tight going by the 9, I'd definitely shoot the 1-9. There you go.
1-9 combination after the miscue by Ernesto Bayaua puts Jacob Watson 2 games away from victory.
Yeah.
That was a surprising turn of events.
Yeah, and, Ernesto's been up a game here 3 times, I think, here late in the match, and broke and got a shot at the 1 to really go up those 2 games. And, one thing or another has led to him not getting that, right? So now you worry what's going to happen. Maybe he doesn't get to shoot anymore. You just never know.
Yeah, I mean, you look back at the 9 ball that he rattled, gave
Right.
the game away there.
Yeah.
Now the miscue gives the game away there.
Yeah, the one that I really reflect on is the 8-ball game where he had a shot on the 1 with an open table and he elected to play safe, and I understand it. But almost what I was talking about a moment ago, when you have a lot of knowledge, right, you can almost get to where, like I said, you're trying to make the game too easy on yourself, and you kind of might make a mistake physically because of that. I've been very guilty of that. The brain's there, more of when you need it, not just trying to pick apart every shot. You know what I'm saying? So we haven't seen a 9 on the break this match either. So I don't know if maybe Jacob's gonna take a timeout here.
Did Jacob or did Ernesto take
Ernesto's still
over there?
I think
All
so.
right. So while Jacob takes a break, we're going to hear a word from our friends at pooldog.com.
every loss is a very valuable lesson that I have taken and utilized from my mistakes to make a better person and a better player of myself and others.
I want to make a shout out to Leo, Jose. Without these guys, man, we all did it as a team, you know.
Jose, holy smokes, I feel bad for him.
Loud in here, folks. It's
I
about
think
to get
so.
loud. Another opportunity for Jose Salas to finish this match. Jacob is back at the table, leading 9-8.
Yeah, just moments away from the conclusion of this match, and it's going to be a Texan that holds that title, but we'll see which one.
Folks, again, we're well aware of the internet issues. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do. It has nothing to do with the commercials that are running. We have basically two options. We can pull the plug on the live stream and show the recorded match later, or we can push through on the live stream for those that are patient enough to watch it, but there's nothing we can do. So the comments are not helpful, and again, we're at the mercy of the internet provider here where we are.
Cue ball, watch out. Yeah, and that match will still be shown at a later time, so.
Exactly. We made the decision to go ahead and stick with it. We will have it in its entirety. We are recording it, so again, if it's bothering you enough, turn it off and come back when we have it in its entirety. But we are going to leave it up for the folks that are patient and calm enough to deal with the same issues that we're dealing with. I can assure you it's frustrating for us as it is for you.
Is he going into the 5 here for the safety? Oh, he tried to pocket the 1, I think, maybe. Well, maybe not. Okay, I think the 2... No, the 2's still available to be shot. It may be a little funny there next to... What is that? That's the 4. Maybe that's the 5 that's next to the 2. We'll see, but... Now, if he wants to spin into this, and if the 8's not in the way, you aim away with a little left spin. The more I look at it, looks like the 8's in the way of that aiming point. So I was going to say, if you spin into it, you can kind of use the 6 to hold the cue ball a little bit. But from here, you might rub the 6 a little bit, but I don't think it's really going to hold the cue ball. Oh, beauty. Beauty. Super nice. Now, is he going to go 1 rail at this? 2 rails? Oh, he's going that way 1 rail. I thought he would go to the right a little bit. I like 2 rails here. I like the congestion around the racking area. I think there's a chance of getting the 1 in that area, and you may slide behind the 8. Never know, you might make the 1 in the corner. Yeah, it's going to sell out a shot, I think. Good effort, though. So Ernesto, I think, has a pretty natural, just straight high ball. Ernesto aims low, and then you'll watch the tip come up for the high ball a little bit above center. Now he's got to play a draw stroke on the 2, cheat in the pocket a little bit. I don't think there's much of a question mark here. I think the only way he could foul on this shot really is a miscue or something like that. In fact, I don't even know if he has to hit the, what is it, the 5 or 4 next to it. I don't think he has to even hit with that ball, really, if he cheats the pocket. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm just making sure, right, it is the final. If there's any question mark, you might as well. No reason not to have a referee there. We have plenty of capable people here to make that call. And hell, Jason Bowman could have made that call right there, huh, Jason?
I'd rather not, but
But that one you could have handled.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, but I'm saying the other ball didn't move is my point. You could handle that one. He hit the blue ball first. All right, now, This is tough because he's a little off angle the wrong way. He's got incredible stroke, so he could hit a top inside and maybe get the cue ball kind of in the center of the table and cut the 5, maybe even better than the center of the table. He's looking at letting the draw stroke out. I think he's just supposed to work a little bit here myself, but I understand.
Ernesto trying to draw even once again. This race to 11, final round of this year's U.S. Amateur Championship.
He's going to need some help. He's a righty. I don't know if he can reach over and spin this ball in or not. It's a big reach over from the side rail. Now he can't. It is cuttable for sure. Just a matter if he can get in position to be accurate doing it. Oh yeah, it looks like he can. Nice shot. Got a little off angle. I wonder if he eases this in and holds for the side. Don't think he can draw behind the 7. And follow gets him a little steep on the 7 if he plays for the corner. So he may just float this in with the hair of English right here and just try and hold for the 7 in the side. Yeah, I think he can do it. Yeah, just like that. I don't know if he can get on the 8 in the side or not. May have to follow forward for the 8 in the corner. Thing is, don't force it. They're both doable.
Oh.
He scratches well. Oh, wow. Got a little bit of a roll there.
Ernesto. Some uncharacteristic mistakes as we get late into this match. Misses the 9 ball.
That's 2 9s and a...
2 9s and a miscue.
Yeah, real crucial spots, right? All right, tough shot. Little underdog, really, but after that miss on the 9, you figure him to probably bury it.
This would put Jacob Watson on the hill if he can sink this 9 ball.
He rolled it. Wow.
And he got it.
Yeah, one heck of a shot from the youngster.
So credit Jacob Watson. I mean, he's,
Absolutely.
Ernesto's made some mistakes.
Yeah.
Jacob has capitalized, and he is on the hill, folks. 1 win away from his first U.S. Amateur Championship title. Don't count Ernesto out just yet, though.
Absolutely.
We've seen him fight back from worse. So we'll see. But Jacob's got the break here.
Yeah, it's
opportunity is all there for him.
It's his last break, and for Long time I used to make the mistake thinking to myself, all right, it's your last break, don't scratch, whatever. It made me not really break them the way I've been breaking the entire tournament. I kind of back off a little bit. So I learned to go ahead and stick to what you've been doing on the break. He's been smashing them. Entry window open now for the 2023 U.S. Amateur Championship. Don't get left out. And it's funny, I shouldn't have, but I took the 9 for granted a little bit, and I was kind of watching just a little technique things with Ernesto, and just assumed he was making that one, and didn't really see a problem or anything. Just kind of shocked that 9 didn't get down, right?
Yeah.
So. Oh, changing the break spot. Wow. Watch out, 9 ball. Oh, he made one. Is the one going to get up?
Gets the 3 in the side.
Has he got a pocket? I don't think he's got a pocket just yet. Now this is choices. You can overcut the 1 to the right side rail using the 4. Bring the cue ball down behind the 8-9. He can go for a devastating safety, banking the 1 towards the 9 and 8, and go behind the 4 with the cue ball. Takes a thick hit, and you got to slowly go behind the 4 with the cue ball. I hit it too thick. He's going to need a little help, and the 1 got safe-ish. So, and that kind of shot there, I like the shot. You just got to maybe take your time a little bit more on it. And now Ernesto's in a tough spot. He's got to get around the 2. A lot of spin. Maybe even elevate to do so and curve the ball a little bit. Now the thing is on this, don't try to control it too much, meaning you need to swerve the ball. If you try to control it, you could foul. Oh, he cut
nice.
it in. Wow. Get you some of that.
Pressure player.
Wow. Now we'll see how he's feeling. Does he just want to ice this ball, kind of stop the cue ball here? Is he going to draw the cue ball back? Because the 4 is pretty playable from a lot of places.
Such an amazing shot to pocket that 1 and then rattles the 2 in the same pocket. That's kind of been the story here late in this match. Again, some mistakes we don't really expect to see from Ernesto, and they've been costly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he had a chance. I mean, don't get me wrong. Probably nobody's put up with the heat better than Jacob today. I mean, he's coming back. He's played a few hill matches. Of course, Ernesto had some hills as well, but just fighting through that loser side as well, right? This is tough shot here. You don't want to try and play a touchy safety, right, and then scratch. So by the 6 or something like that. I don't know what the shot is here. Can he catch enough of the 2 to float behind the 6 and let the 2 just come up a little bit? Is he kissing the 6 in? Oh, look at this shot. And again, he clips the ball so nice.
Is he going to go too far?
Well, that would be really cold-blooded if he scratched on that, because that was a great shot. He put a lot of pressure on Ernesto right here. And I wouldn't doubt if he goes down shooting at this long rail bank. I know the safety behind the 8-9 is very doable, but it's not easy. He's going to catch it thin. He's going to leave a window on the 2. You saw him kind of raise the hand a little bit. Again, get the run started. Don't do anything crazy. You can cut the 4 from a lot of places. All right. Key to this shot is don't baby it too much. I mean, you're not going to blast it, obviously, but put a pure, confident stroke on it. That way the cue ball holds its line, not only before hitting the 4, but after hitting the 4. He kind of eased it. He's all right, though. He just comes up for the side pocket. This is the shot for the 2022 championship. Got to be putting a little right spin. Not a whole lot, so he's going to still have to work the ball. Didn't put as much right English. He could have put a lot more right on that and gotten definitely straight in or more straight in on the 7. Might play the 8 in the same side here. I don't like rolling it, I don't think. I don't know. Sure looks like it wants to go away from the 8 easily, so. I like that right there. Ooh, does the 8 go by the 9, though? I think it does. Looked like he checked it. Maybe not. Oh, my. Now, do you roll up for the safety if it doesn't go? Do you play the cross-corner bank?
Decisions for Mr. Watson. Two
Yeah.
balls away from
He's banking
his
it.
first
Cross-corner.
USAM title.
Yeah, sweet shot.
Got it. Here you go, folks.
Wow.
Jacob Watson about to come of age before our very eyes here at Strokers,
Yeah.
Palm Harbor, Florida. Final shot of this year's U.S. Amateur Championship if he can pocket this 9 ball.
Man, and how well did he hit that? He didn't blast it or nothing, just real clean on the 8, similar to the 9 ball in the last game. Wow.
The 9 ball falls, folks. Jacob Watson, Tyler, Texas, your 2022 U.S. Amateur Champion.
And you can't say the wrong guy won, right? I mean,
Absolutely earned it.
He's a bulldog, that guy.
Absolutely earned it. Down 6-3 earlier today in an elimination match. Comes storming back.
Yeah, Ernesto, a fine former champion, and almost got that title again.
Whew. Well, there you have it, folks. We're going to hand out some hardware. Appreciate you folks joining us. Hopefully you enjoyed our coverage of this year's U.S. Amateur Championship. Shout out to the folks at Pool Dog for helping us bring you this coverage. And we've certainly enjoyed it on behalf of Jeremy Jones.
Thanks very much, by the way.
I'm Jason Bowman, and we appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope to see you again soon. Signing out.